Hey folks, Troy Dooley, the Beachside CEO, and I am here with Miss Janelle Kim of JBK Wellness Labs.
That's correct.
Thank you so much, Jen. I'm so glad to be with you. Now, we're doing this today because as I've studied you over the last year and your guys' connection with Kannaway.
Yes.
You have a remarkable history. Your family has a remarkable history in the Bi Bong formula and what you guys have partnered up with Kannaway. Can you just share a little bit for everybody that's going to be watching, a little bit about the Bi Bong, about yourself, and about why you decided Kannaway was a company that you kind of wanted to partner up with?
Absolutely. So a bit about myself. My name is Janelle Kim. My background is in Traditional Oriental Medicine, which means I have my master's in Traditional Oriental Medicine, Acupuncture and Herbology, and I'm licensed and nationally board certified in Acupuncture and Herbology. So what that all means is I've practiced and studied both here in the United States and abroad in East Asia with some of the most renowned doctors and herbologists from around the world.
It's kind of a blend of Eastern and Western disciplines?
Yes, more based on Eastern, but definitely I've had experience with Western, and my feeling on that is, you know, as we actually have spoken about before, it's so important to be able to utilize both properly.
Absolutely.
And really the responsibility falls on us, that's what I believe, as individuals, to make sure that we know ourselves well enough to know what is necessary for our condition to be at its best at any given time. So Bi Bong formulas is defined as secret formulas. So Bi, yes, Bong is not what we think it is at all. So Bi actually means secret and Bong means formulas.
Wow.
So in the Korean language, that is where that comes from. So what are they? These secret formulas have been passed in my lineage for centuries, from generation to generation. And they are so prized and so secret because they're able to get to the core of our root condition when we start to work with Qi. Qi is something that people are beginning to understand more and more, but we can almost think of it just as blood runs through our blood vessels, Qi runs through our meridians. It's a very real thing, it's movement.
So it's not the tea I get at Starbucks?
It's not the tea you get at Starbucks.
See, I've learned something new here.
Right, definitely, you better believe it. Qi is the key to health, longevity, to slowing down the aging process, to ultimate beauty. It's the key to everything. So Qi, if you have an abundance of Qi in your body, and Qi flows properly, and blood circulation flows properly, that means that your body's working at its optimal, and it can adapt to all of the things that happen in life which are inevitable. So Bi Bong formulas are able to get to that root, and that's what's so special. It's very difficult to find that.
Now is it, I see what you guys have done.
Yes.
But sometimes people think of Eastern medicine as hocus pocus, you know, and
Yes.
I think sometimes it's because maybe the media, maybe Hollywood, I mean, it gets all convoluted, but there really is a real science to what you guys do.
So much so. You know, Eastern medicine, like I said, is a 5,000-year-old medical system. It's absolutely real. You know, people say that, and it never offends me, so I hope no one ever gets offended when they hear that. It's just, we're not educated yet in this culture. However, I've been around in the skincare industry for a long time.
Right.
This is the first time that we have ever given our formulas out on this scale. So Eastern medicine in this country is new.
It is.
That's how I like to explain it the best. So we just have to be able to educate properly on what it is. So it does, you said it exactly correct. It gets lumped in with all of these different modalities. But Eastern medicine is a very scientific system that has been that way for many, many centuries now. And it really looks at the body in a very real way, physiologically, and how everything works and functions. And its purpose is to really rebalance everything.
That's what I like. And yours is very exclusive because of the lineage. If I remember right in listening to you this year, this goes back, like you said, 5,000 years, but one of the ancient people actually wrote a whole encyclopedia of this, correct?
You know, oftentimes the question comes about, you know, Janelle, where did your lineage start? Which is, I totally understand that question. But the truth is, when you start to look at Eastern philosophy and Eastern medicine, it dates back so long ago that it would be incorrect to give an exact date and time.
Sure.
It doesn't work that way. So in this case, I do like to give a date, some kind of place to start for people. And one person in particular that my lineage has always followed is a very respected doctor in Korea named Dr. Hojin, who was a doctor in the 16th century. And he dedicated his lives to understanding and to doing everything in his power to take herbal medicine and try to make the human condition better. He was a physician of the royal court, which in history, royal families would go out and search for the best doctors in in the surrounding areas, not even just in that country,
Sure.
to be able to help any royal individual of that time balance whatever illnesses they may have, and he was that. But what makes him so special is that he also took it upon himself, and the compassionate person that he was, not just the incredibly wise and knowledgeable doctor,
Sure.
to be able to take these formulas and try to utilize them in such a way that they can reach and touch as many human lives as possible. So he's a very special man, and he is known for a certain, now classic of medicine, so in a medical encyclopedia, that's called the Dongi Bokam. So that's a Korean word,
Okay.
or a title rather, and it's translated as the Mirror of Eastern Medicine.
Oh, wow.
And this book is finally being, Korea finally kind of let it out, and it's being studied in some of the top medical universities around the world, including, for example, Harvard Medical School. So,
That's
yes.
pretty awesome. You guys over at JBK, what else do you do? I mean, obviously Kannaway isn't your first client, or maybe
Right.
even your only client. What exactly do you guys do?
At JBK, we are so selective with who we work with.
Okay.
This is, of course, a business that I hope people find much success, and I have no doubt in my mind that it'll bring so much success to people.
Sure.
And of course, that's something I think about. I have a family, I want to take care of them. But to me personally, and those of us at JBK, this is much more than just a business to us. This is my mission in my life.
I've seen that.
Thank you, Troy. And that means that these formulas go so far beyond me. They've been around for centuries, and I take it incredibly seriously. And it is my responsibility and duty to make sure that I carry these down in such a way that I preserve and respect and maintain what all of the doctors and herbologists and practitioners of my lineage have literally dedicated their lives for,
Sure.
which is trying to, or not just trying, in this case with Bi Bong formulas, having the ability to really care for the human condition and touch as many lives as possible. And so we're very selective with who we work with, and to make a long story short, it just so happens that Kannaway we happened to meet, and I started to hear about what it is that they were doing, and I see how seriously they take that responsibility of being
Sure.
able to help as many people as possible. It means very much to me. It guarantees me that if I'm able to pass these formulas on through this vehicle, that they will be respected in the way that they should. And being a relationship marketing type of vehicle, people to people.
Right.
To me, there's nothing, we all know, there's nothing stronger than that. Sure, we have all this technology to help us, but really the one thing about Bi Bong is these products work. The formulas work. So as long as people try them, you will see it for yourself. You will feel the difference. So no matter what I say, hopefully my words, help the better understanding and help to educate, but really
I
it's
think
not
it comes
me.
from the heart. People see, and this is what's amazed me over the last year, because being in this industry all my life, seeing so many different companies, so many different personalities on stage,
Yes.
you see those that obviously they could be entertainers, they could be anything, and you can tell they're just speaking.
Yes.
You always speak from the heart, whether we've been in a small intimate group or in a large group. And that's what really started me watching what you were doing, because it's like, okay, there's something here. Troy Neihart has this.
Yes.
He is as passionate about CBD oil and what it can do to help people
Yes.
as you are about Bi Bong. Now, is this the only company that you actually have the CBD oils in, I'm going to use the word infused, that may not be right, but infused with the Bi Bong?
Yes, absolutely. This is the only company, and it's actually very special in the sense that, as I said, these formulas have been handed down as they are. Sure, maybe somewhere down the lineage, if someone truly had an advancement in some of the formulas, which is obviously how we have so many in our lineage,
Sure.
that has occurred. But it doesn't happen that often, especially in this day and age, because it's kind of set. We have more than enough
Sure.
to have products for lifetimes. Having said that, these formulas are, Bi Bong formulas, one of the secrets to them is they're the perfect recipe. So although every single herbal ingredient is so powerful and important, really it's that recipe, the relationship between those herbs, that makes herbal medicine and that makes a truly powerful and balanced herbal formula. And that is what Bi Bong is. So with that in mind, you can imagine that you can't just put anything into that. It doesn't work that way.
I wonder, truly. It's like,
You cannot. And even if this was the best opportunity in the world, and I was given an ingredient to place into, or was asked to place this ingredient into these Bi Bong formulas, if it didn't work, I couldn't do it. A, it wouldn't work. The
Sure.
formula would not turn out correctly. And B, I just can't do that. It's because of, like I said, my responsibility to these formulas in our lineage. In this case, cannabis is actually an herbal ingredient that goes way back to the classics of traditional Oriental medicine.
Sure.
It was actually in one of the oldest medical texts in Chinese medicine, where one of the most well-known Eastern medical practitioners, Hua To is more of the Korean way of saying it, Hua To used this ingredient. So when I heard that, I thought, okay, this must be meant to be. Must make sense on, you know, some level, because it works so wonderfully together. And the nice thing, to conclude that thought, is that Bi Bong, the nice thing, for lack of a better word, the powerful and amazing thing, is that Bi Bong is able to, if an ingredient works with that Bi Bong formula, one of the most important parts of a Bi Bong formula is that it helps the body to really absorb that formula. Because it's so balanced, the body literally starts to look for it like the best food.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you can imagine if an ingredient can go into that Bi Bong formula and fit together, be combined properly, that ingredient, in this case CBD, is able to to be absorbed into the body that much better.
That is amazing.
So all of those incredible properties that people know of CBD are enhanced with Bi Bong formulas. So A, no one can ever copy what we have, and B, you're going to feel the effects like none other. And people know the difference. People are educated now.
Yeah, so many people that I've talked to that are now using the Kannaway products with the Bi Bong formula.
Yes.
Passionate testimonies of different things that it's done.
Oh, it's just amazing. The beginning.
What would be something, as we close out, that you would want people to know about the Bi Bong formula, the cannabis, the whole product lines that you guys have created?
To me, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, truly. We hear that phrase a lot.
Sure.
But in this case, you know, for myself, I go to bed every night, I wake up every morning, and there's not a day that goes by where I'm not so grateful to have the opportunity to better improve my life and better improve as many lives as possible that we touch. This is the time to really start to change things and to understand ourselves, to be aware of our health, to be aware of ourselves as individuals, and to really make sure that we are the best that we can be. And these formulas will do that for us. When you use them one day, you will wake up the next day, look at yourself in the mirror, and you will see and feel the difference. To me, there's no greater wish I would have than that opportunity.
Well, and I appreciate it. You have been so good. I know you've got to get back upstairs, but
thank you, Trey.
Janelle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, there you have it, another just fireside chat, except we're here in Dallas and it's cold. Okay? Live life like it's an epic adventure. Stay dangerous, stay strong, and if you're in network marketing, act like it.